So, do I look any different? Because you're talking to a woman who's fought monsters and lived to tell the tale.
Sid? Amazing! Tell me more.
Hook Day. It's the first rule of bardic storytelling. Start with a strong opening act.
That would work for selling potions, too. But don't leave me wondering. What's it been like, starting out as a hero?
You know, in some ways, it's just exactly how the songs and stories describe it. And yet, somehow, it's not at all what I was expecting. Come on, I promise I'll tell you all about it. But let's walk while we talk. This spot looks safe enough. We better not go any farther. I'm reasonably sure I could protect you in a pinch, but better not put it to the test so soon.
Safe is good. I like safe. But the way I heard it, you've vanquished a few monsters already.
Is that what I said? Because monsters might have been overstating things a little. But there were rodents with insectoid eyes and spitting songbirds, and the flowers said some very hurtful things. I guess most of the creatures I've encountered so far were less monsters than pests.
That's more than I've done. I'm ready to retreat at the first sign of a mosquito.
Hey, don't sell yourself short like that. I bet you're braver than you think. After all, there's a common link between adventuring and entrepreneurship. In either case, you've got to be bold. I'll admit I've got a whole new appreciation for heroes. I'd always sort of pegged the ballads as hyperbolic. But when you're out here and your blood is pumping, it all feels pretty epic.
Think you'll write a ballad of your own?
You know? Maybe. I'm not sure there's anything new to be said about the life of a hero, but I'll keep an open mind. For now, though, I'm plenty busy.
Yeah, me too. I should probably be heading home.
I'll walk you back, just in case there are any of those creepy-eyed chipmunks around.
That's totally something a hero would say. I think you're getting the hang of it already.
You know something, Sylvia? I think you might be right.
It feels so good to get out of that rowdy guild hall. And since we're in the neighborhood, there's an exhibit on local history that I'm dying to see. How do you feel about a quick museum visit?
I'm up for it. It's gotta be better than work, which is admittedly a low bar.
I think you'll be impressed by this exhibit. Rafta's a fascinating place after all. No legendary weapons here. Everything that the heroes took into battle with Maven was destroyed. But there's one artifact from that battle I never get tired of looking at. It's not far from here. This is more like it! The great outdoors and a big monster corpse! What could be better? That Kraken skull is a cornerstone of this island's history. I assume you know the story?
What's a kraken? And why is its skull blocking my view?
Sylvia, don't you know? Those who forget history are doomed to sit through history lectures! It all started with Maven, the self-styled Witch Queen of Rafta. She claimed this island as her own, used it as a sort of free-range laboratory for all sorts of wicked experiments. The first settlers of this very town were her unwilling accomplices. She used her mind control powers to prevent them from leaving. Under her sway, they did all sorts of labor for her. They even constructed that big monument to Maven in the bay. Her reign of terror went on for years before a brave band of heroes decided that enough was enough. They sailed here to liberate the island. Maven summoned a kraken from the depths, intending to stop them from ever setting foot here. She didn't care who got flattened in the process. The heroes eventually got the best of the monster, but not before it had knocked their ship right out of the water. And to think I'm now living inside that very ship. I'm pretty sure my cot is set up right where Lore Master Lauren used to store his books. I feel so honored by that, and so inspired, and, well, sometimes I feel like an imposter. Like a kid who's playing dress up.
You should be kinder to yourself.
I know I should. That's why we're here. I just need to connect to this place. I need to feel the history and my place in it.
Feeling better already?
I'm feeling inspired. I'm glad we came here. And I'm glad they left that skull right where it fell. It's a tangible piece of our history. And a reminder of why we need heroes.
Heroes like you.
Ha, I'm not there yet. But I won't give up on my goals. I'm keeping my eye on the prize.
I'm feeling inspired to do the same.
And we better get back to our respective quests. After all, you and I both have great feats to accomplish.
It feels good to stretch my wings. I pulled an all-nighter last night. I feel like I've earned an ice cream. That's ice cream with air quotes. I'm lactose intolerant, but I make do.
That's basically just iced coffee at this point.
Ooh, iced coffee sounds delicious. Let's hit the cafe on our way back. But first, I have some news I wanted to share with you. It's pretty big news, actually. If I don't share it with somebody, I might burst.
I'm all ears.
Well, you know how I've been going door to door to door in my effort to sign up clients? Of course you know that. That's how we met. Anyway, all that legwork paid off. I've got a brand new client. A big one. And this client, they came to me.
Congrats. That's gotta feel good.
It sure does. Now I get to shift from actively growing my list of clients to really focusing on the ones I've got. You, for instance. I don't want you to worry. I'm not going anywhere.
So, who's the client?
Oh, well, I actually can't say much until it's official. There's a trial period so they can be sure they like my work before committing to anything. I had to sign an NDA. It was super exciting.
You are getting paid though, right? During this trial period?
Well, no, but the work I'm putting in now will really pay off in the long run.
That sounds fishy. Are you sure they aren't taking advantage of you?
I appreciate your concern, but this is nothing I haven't seen before. There's no reason to worry. This client vets the people they work with, same as me. I'm sure I'll pass muster. And bonus, my parents will be so proud.
It sounds like you're very excited about the opportunity, so I'm happy for you.
Thanks. It'll be a lot of work. But I've got 85 siblings back home, so juggling the demands of a few clients is no great challenge.
You have 85 siblings? That's so many.
It's not so unusual for moths, and I only bring it up to assure you that I'm not easily overwhelmed. I remain committed to the high level of service you've come to expect from me. In fact, I've got a coupon here, just for you.
A coupon? Wow, you really do get me.
I knew you'd like it. I pride myself on client care, after all.
It's good to see you, Sylvia.
Quinn, that was downright warm.
I've been practicing. The more outwardly affectionate I am, the less suspicious I look when your body turns up.
You know what? I'll take it. You're still warmer and fuzzier than the owl.
Ooh, you think I could pin it on him?
I don't know. He has a way of getting out of trouble.
Funny you should mention trouble. I've got an important errand to run, and I could use a lookout. Here, I'll sweeten the deal.
Payment up front? I guess I'm in.
It's not bad having a henchman. A friend. I meant to say friend, obviously. Okay, nice and easy. You see anyone coming? You just make a sound like a spotted spit monk. That's in your vocal range, yeah?
A spotted what now? What was that? Why'd you put it right back in the same spot?
Not the same spot. I moved it precisely an inch. I do this every day, 1 inch at a time. I think the owner has probably started to notice, if only subconsciously. They'll wonder if it's moved. Then they'll think, no, that's impossible. But they'll wonder, they'll doubt. Their sanity will be eroded, 1 inch at a time.
That is wicked. You must have had a very interesting childhood.
Yeah, not really. I spent most of it locked up in a tower.
Sorry, what?
As a kid, my parents locked me up. I was in a tower for a long time.
You were locked up? Like a prisoner?
Well, there were bars on the windows. But I was more of a test subject than a prisoner.
Quinn, that's terrible.
It is what it is. Eventually I got out, got away. It's all good.
Why would they do that? Your own parents.
Who knows? I guess they wanted to learn more about my abilities. I didn't make it easy for them. And I left as soon as I could. I even did some mild to moderate damage to their fancy vineyard on the way out.
A vineyard? Like for grapes?
It's how they made their fortune. Growing jalapeno grigio grapes for this awful spicy wine.
Sounds gross.
Surprise! People are dumb. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. And if you tell anyone else about it, it'll go badly for you.
I won't tell a soul, but I'm glad you told me. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. And if you don't want to talk, well, I'm here in that case too.
That's cool of you, Sylvia. I almost feel bad now for moving your chair a little bit every day.
Oh, my danger sense is tingling. Can...
I'll tell you, that swamp is no joke. It's a charming little spot compared to the electrified pools of the storm plains, though.
Sounds like a humble brag to me. You must know I haven't seen any of those places. I've been chained to this counter since I got to Rafta.
Nothing immodest about it. I'm here as a professional courtesy. Thought you should know, it'd be pointless to send your people to the plains for some time. I've helped myself to all the good stuff. And there was some very, very good stuff. Better get to using some of the bounty now. Lamia's scales start to smell after precisely 32 hours. And my customers know to expect better.
You know the worst part of this owl? Even I'm impressed that he goes out there and gets his own ingredients.
Didn't I say so? As a potion maker, Corsac seems a talented amateur at best, but his access to ingredients is second to none. Follow in his footsteps, and you'll only get his dregs.
Thanks for tagging along, Sylvia. I'm in the mood to perform some music. And a little help could go a long way.
You mean like backing vocals? Is this my big break?
I've got the singing covered, but I was hoping you could hold a tin can and collect any tips that come in. I would just leave my guitar case open, but it's developed a taste for small change and small dogs. Robin was brave, and though he was tiny, he kicked that old hag direct in her hiney. Well, how'd we do?
I think they liked it.
They always do, which is too bad. Because I hate that song, Sylvia. It is seriously bad.
Wait, really? But it's one of your big hits.
That means it's popular. It doesn't mean it's good. The melody is fine, but the lyrics are juvenile and frankly a bit sexist. The guy who wrote it didn't even get the historical details right. According to Robin's own account, he survived by being well clear of the blast zone. He was just there to carry everybody's gear, and he hid behind a tree during the fight. But I guess that doesn't rhyme with tiny, so...
Wow, you really do hate that song.
Well, I know how the sausage is made. Most of the rah-rah hero ballads are the same. Propaganda masquerading as a history lesson, written by guys who know a lot less about it than they'd like to pretend. But they're crowd pleasers, so what am I gonna do about it?
Stop performing them? Couldn't you take them out of rotation and play the songs you actually like?
Well, as a performer, it's not so much about what I like, is it? If you think about it, you and I, we're both in the business of pleasing other people. And if my audience, my customers, find comfort in the familiar, I can't fault it. A crowded Market Street just isn't the place to drop a new single. But give people a familiar chorus they can hum along with, and they'll be more receptive to whatever else you have to say.
I can work that angle. I'm just surprised to learn you're so beholden to your audience. I thought you'd have a lot more freedom.
Funny, I thought so too. And listen, I can't complain. I've had a dream career so far. But I'm getting older, and I'm realizing all the little compromises I've made along the way. They have a way of adding up. Do you know I used to write my own stuff? Songwriting is what drew me to this industry to begin with. I spent my preteen years barricaded away in my bedroom, trying to put all my messy adolescent emotions into song.
I bet you wrote some gems. Did you save any of them?
Oh, there wasn't much worth saving. It was mostly dreck. They were honest, though. There's value in that. But then came the managers, and the focus groups, and the ready-made hit machine. And soon I was too busy to put pen to paper. I'm still too busy, even now that I'm on this little sabbatical of mine.
Well, you know what they say. If you wait till you're ready, it'll never happen.
Yeah, you might have a point there. I should at least try to set aside time for writing. Stretch those old muscles, if nothing else. But for now, I've got to swallow my opinions and crank out another popular ballad. Let's fill that tin can with coins, yeah? I know a local soup kitchen in need of more than a few loose coppers.
You know, it occurs to me you might be able to help us out with something. You any good with that broom?
Yeah.
Well, you see those cannons on our ship? They're murder to reach, but they gotta be cleaned out to be of any use. Then you show up with a gravity-defying janitorial tool. It's like it's meant to be. And now just put it in reverse. Careful not to breathe any of that soot in. May not be great for the lungs.
Oh, so see? You do care.
Yeah, I care about not getting sued. Humans are litigious. Now come on, Sylvia. There's lots more cannons to clean. How's that for teamwork? And before you say anything, supervision is a critical contribution to any team effort, and that is what I brought to the table.
You sound like this owl I know.
Well, he sounds smart and delicious. Fair warning, though. Being a pirate's about more than cleaning cannons and swabbing the deck.
I don't want to be a pirate. I don't even know where you got that idea.
Yeah, sure. Wink. I gotta say wink on account of the eye patch.
Sylvia, you must be curious about our eye patches.
I mind my own business. I figured you guys would bring it up if you wanted.
It's no good pussyfooting around us, Sylvia. We notice when you're staring.
I'm not staring. I'm just trying to have good eye contact.
Wow, way to rub it in. You gonna brag about your depth perception next? Nah, I'm pulling your tail again. We aren't bashful about it. As a matter of fact, this eye patch is just a fashion accessory.
Oh, I assumed...
Yeah, I get that a lot. But I'll have you know I'm very careful around pointy things, explodey things, and monsters that eat cats in whole or in part. But I wanted to show solidarity with Pepper, you know? Hence, the eye patch.
Well, what happened to Pepper then?
We don't talk about that!
It's all right, Salt. I don't mind.
There's no need to get into it.
Yeah, ancient history and all that. Let's just say that if you want to talk to the cats who are responsible, you're gonna have to find your way to the bottom of the ocean. You understand? They're dead, is what I'm trying to tell ya.
No, I got that.
Anyway, there's a moral in all this. You gotta choose what role you're gonna play in this life. Offense or defense? Victim or revenger? Pirate or patsy? I know which I'd choose.
You've given me a lot to think about.
Well, don't think too long or hard. Nothing good comes of that, usually.
It's so peaceful here. What if I just stuck around instead of going back to the shop?
You're welcome to, although I may have to put you to work. How are you at wood joinery? Have you mastered the half-blind dovetail? Mortise and tenon?
To be honest, I'm not sure wood joinery is a particular talent of mine.
I'm teasing. You're welcome to just relax here. I try to make my friends feel welcome. And my customers, too. It's important to establish a meaningful and deep connection so they don't feel rushed out the door.
Thanks for the tip.
The pleasure's mine. And while you really are welcome to hang around here, I had a notion to see more of the sights. And no trip into town is the same without the companionship of my favorite tour guide. It's not so crowded down here, and the breeze is pleasant. I can see why people like the beach, even if it looks a bit naked without any trees.
It's safer than the forest, though. There's nowhere for monsters to hide.
As I recall, the thing about civilization is that monsters can hide in plain sight. I'm sorry. That was negative of me. To be honest, I think the looming skull over there has unnerved me. I'd forgotten they just left that thing there. I keep thinking someone will remove it. It's been 20 years since a band of heroes landed on this beach, intent on hunting down the island's wicked queen. 20 years since those heroes slayed the queen's pet kraken, at great cost to themselves and to the town. Many lives were lost that day, and the kraken's corpse was left to rot. Now, with the island populated once more, the locals are treating the skull like some sort of monument. What's the thinking behind that, do you reckon?
It's important to commemorate our victories. Even if the battle was costly, the heroes ultimately accomplished their mission. If they hadn't, we wouldn't be standing here today.
All's well that ends well, eh? But I don't like being reminded that there is blood in the sand beneath our hooves. And I've tried very hard to put the memory of that dark day behind me.
Hold on. Do you mean... Saffron? Were you there that day?
I was.
We don't have to get into it. We came here to enjoy the beach. Maybe we can just put our blankets down somewhere else.
I think it's better if I just head home. I'm sorry, Sylvia. I don't mean to be dramatic. And you've done nothing wrong. But I know when I'm bound to be poor company, and I'd prefer to spare you that. You enjoy the beach, and I'll see you another day, okay?
I shall make a confession, Sylvia, now that we are away from the ears of the marketplace. In all my many months spent in Rafta, I have not yet made time to admire its most famous landmark.
Hey, you've been busy, right?
Nay, gentle Sylvia, make no excuses for me. Say instead that we shall rectify this problem. For rectify it we shall, together. This very day, this very moment! Because it is right over there, you see it? Tut, I do not know what to think, Sylvia. I do not know how to feel. My gut is a swirl of indistinct emotions, like fish beneath the ice. On the one flipper, this statue is unquestionably an impressive display of prowess. On the other, it represents an ugly history.
What history is that?
The story goes that this statue was erected by many hands under much duress. They say Maven turned her great mental powers on the people, that she wielded them as tools. And thus, the crux of my confusion. Can I admire the artwork in isolation from the context of its creation?
I don't know. Haven't we all got enough to worry about without adding philosophical quandaries to the mix?
Bah! Ignore philosophy at your own peril, Sylvia. This is the entire purpose of art, to confront us with questions that have no easy answers. The alternative is an unexamined life, devoid of true grace. Also, do not forget, where I am concerned, these are religious concerns, not merely aesthetic ones. And so, I find I cannot see beauty in a creation that is tainted by such ego and cruelty as this. At best, perhaps I can learn from its technical proficiency. If nothing else, it is impressive in that regard.
It would be tough to beat, purely in terms of impact.
I have seen some sites to rival it abroad, but I can count them on one flipper. And what a feat that would be, eh? To match its balance of formal elements, to find such an impactful use for anti-gravity enchantments.
Sounds like you could teach a class on this stuff.
I would rather do than teach, and I would much rather outdo than imitate. It is intimidating, however, the thought of creating some great work in a land where it will be compared to this one. Fortunately, I have developed a tough skin for critics. That is necessary in our line of work, is it not? To fortify our egos, to reinforce our very souls against undeserved hostility.
I can take anything they throw at me.
Good! Then let us return now to our own endeavors. I do not like how this statue's eyes seem to follow us.
Say, Sylvia, how's your pitch? And before you ask, I don't mean how far can you throw a slime ball. I mean musically. Do you have a good ear?
I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Well, let's try it out.
Twinkle, twinkle, little potion. I'll buy you when you're on promotion.
So, what key was that in?
The right key. I liked it.
Well, thanks for the compliment. But I'm guessing you don't have much of a musical background.
Not only that, but I've had a lot of potions explode in my face. My ears were ringing most of the way through college.
College? You know, I missed out on that whole thing. I regret it sometimes.
Why were you testing my pitch again?
Oh, it's nothing. Just the acoustics in this place are driving me up the wall. I was hoping you could help me with a sound check. It'd help me figure out if I need to compensate.
That sounds easy enough.
All right, Sylvia. I knew I could count on you. Whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready for what?
Well, to sing, of course.
You want me to sing? In front of you, the professional singer?
It's the only way this will work. I can't evaluate my own voice at a distance. And no offense, but your ear's not discerning enough to tell me what I need to know. So, just sing a bar or two? I promise not to judge.
I guess I could sing about ramen, ramen, my fave dish. If I can get some, anyone can.
An interesting spin on a classic. Anyway, that's everything I needed. I'll make some adjustments. I wonder how Baptiste would feel about some dampening wards.
Are you performing soon?
Actually, I'm not. I traded shifts with a juggler. The heroes are gonna eat him alive, probably. But I decided that I need to devote some time to songwriting. You're the one who inspired me to do it, actually. You remember our conversation in the market?
That's exciting! What's the song about?
I figured I'd start with the hero ballad. I think I've got a unique enough angle. But who should the hero be? I'll let you pick.
A champion. People want to root for a winner. Someone at the height of their powers.
They sound impressive already. I think you're onto something. Thanks for the input. And thanks for helping me out today. You've more than earned this.
I guess my singing wasn't so bad after all.
If you've got an itch to perform, I know a juggler who could use an opening act. Either way, I hope you'll drop in again soon. The guild hall's a fun place. And it's even better when you're around.
I'm glad you're here, Sylvia. I felt bad about how our last excursion ended. I shouldn't have left things the way I did. I was hoping you'd let me make it up to you with ice cream.
That's the best idea I've heard all day. Let's go.
Go? Go where?
To the ice cream parlor.
Parlor? You mean they've got a whole shop just for ice cream? That's wild and wildly unnecessary. Making ice cream at home is easy. Come on, I'll show you.
Is that an ice cream cauldron?
You're not far off the mark. We've just got to add some rock salt, heavy cream, basilisk milk, and various flavorings.
Basilisk milk?
Nah, I'm only pulling your leg. Basilisk milk's freezing point is far too low. We'll use plain old Minotaur milk.
I could help.
You essentially do this for a living. I can't have you stirring on your break.
I may be spoiled for all other ice cream.
Then we'll have to do this again. I'm determined to invent a palatable saffron-flavored variety. But does this mean my apology is accepted? My behavior at the beach forgotten?
We should talk about it. As amazing as this gesture is, it isn't healthy to sweep things under the rug.
I'd prefer to do this at my own pace, but I can't deny that your friendship has been a balm to me. So maybe you're right. Maybe this is an opportunity to get some things off my chest.
I'm all ears.
We were speaking before about the day a group of heroes came to Rafta's shores. They slayed Maven's Kraken on their path to strike down the Witch Queen herself.
And you were there?
I was there, but I wasn't a spectator. The truth is, I was one of the heroes.
Wait, really? You aren't pulling my leg? Saffron, that's amazing. Why didn't you tell me you're famous?
If I were truly famous, would you need to be told?
You know what I mean. You lived history, Saffron. You made history.
I think history would have gotten along just fine without us. We were all of us too green. Looking back, we were little more than kids. But we were absolutely certain of our own abilities, and we were so eager to make our mark on the world. We got our chance when the Heroes Guild finally decided to move against Witch Queen Maven. The Guild's leadership claimed she had taken control of the people here and was building up a monstrous army to invade the mainland. I think even at the time, part of me knew that wasn't true.
What went wrong on that day?
Everything went wrong, and quickly. We thought the harbor was unguarded. Didn't know about the Kraken until it was right on top of us.
A big one, judging by the skull.
You can say that again. It had gorged itself on magic, like everything else here. It was the hardest fight we'd ever been in. I was grievously injured. I would have died if not for our healer, Shaylee. We called her the She-Wolf, and she earned her name that day, defending me with a ferocity like nothing I'd seen before. After the battle, Shaylee and the others wanted to press on right away. Maven had to know we were there. Stealth was no longer an option. But my injuries were too severe. I needed time to recover. They left me in town, which was just a tiny collection of huts at this point, recruited a local boy to be their guide, and struck off to face Maven without me. I guess you know what happened after that. I never saw them again.
Saffron, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
It was all a long time ago. Most days I feel at peace with it. But occasionally the grief sneaks up on me, catches me off guard, overwhelms me. So that's my secret. For all my talk about tranquility, I'm actually a big hot mess.
You're entitled to be a little messy. You've been through a lot.
I suppose I have, but I never want the tragedy to define me, not in my own eyes or in the eyes of others. I have regrets, but I don't wallow in them, and I try my best to avoid picking up any new ones. But I regret how I acted at the beach, so I wanted to apologize, and I wanted to explain. And now I can take a breath and let it go.
Just like that?
Just like that. Stress can't get its claws into you if you don't let it. And mindfulness makes you master of your own mental domain.
Tranquility, here I come.
Thank you for hearing me out, Sylvia. I honestly feel much better. And I promise to be less volatile from here on out.
Sylvia, I'm troubled and I could use a spot of advice. I overheard some of my people. They were questioning my qualifications. They suggested that I'm only good for pushing papers, that I have no idea what it's like to do what they do. And after I found such marvels at the market too, I thought for certain the instantaneous coffee would win them over. I need the heroes in my employ to respect me if I'm going to have any hope of keeping our numbers up, but I'm unsure how to go about earning that respect.
Punish them for speaking out of turn. They'll think twice about bad-mouthing you.
Perhaps they would, but that's hardly the same as winning them over. No, I must resist the urge toward tyranny. Instead, I think I must prove them wrong. To earn their respect, I must prove that I can handle myself in the field.
Isn't that dangerous?
That's rather the point. I have to prove that I understand the danger. Only then will I have the right to send others into the line of fire. I confess I'd rather spend the day catching up on chores, but sometimes there can be no forward momentum without first giving up some ground. I suppose that's the technique you could use in your own negotiations.
Yeah, no kidding. My whole life is about compromise.
Then I hope you won't put up too much of a fight when I insist you join me on patrol. Onward! It's not so bad out here, is it? I mean, there's an awful lot of dirt, but so far nothing's tried to eat us. But hold! What's that rustling in yonder bush? Well, I wasn't expecting to run into trouble quite so soon, but consider it dispatched.
That was impressive. I didn't even realize you were armed.
I pride myself on being prepared for any eventuality. Now, let me harvest anything that might be of use from the remains. And then, we picnic!
Is a picnic usually part of patrol duty?
Well, no, but I think I've sufficiently proven myself. And there is no sense in letting the caviar I brought go bad.
Up until now, I've only ever used fish eggs for potions.
Then that settles it! We must picnic forthwith! Because caviar can turn quickly, and what a shame it would be for us to vanquish a slimy foe. only to be vanquished in turn by spoilt Ro.
Now this is what I needed. A break from the shop and from the endless demands of customers. An opportunity to be pampered again. Why don't you join me for a manicure?
I'm not sure I see the point when we both wear gloves all day.
Ah, but that's the thing, Sylvia. We aren't doing this for other people. This is just for us. I asked for the Glitzkrieg treatment. Gold plating, embedded gemstones, and nails sharpened to a deadly point.
Wow, that is a lot.
Oh, this is nothing. Just wait until you see the pedicure I get tomorrow.
Tomorrow? You must really be rolling in dough.
If a life of uncertain fortunes has taught me anything, it's to spend it while you've got it. And I might not have it for long. I've got my eye on an upcoming pirate jamboree. The cover charge is extravagant, but stealing from other partygoers is encouraged, so who knows? I might come out ahead in the end.
Sounds pretty intense.
There's truly no party like a pirate party. They tend to be dark and claustrophobic, and the more bodies you cram on board, the hotter it gets. It's like a little slice of the underworld on the high seas. The only problem is I'll need someone to mind the shop while I'm away.
While you're away? How long is this party exactly?
Oh, it's impossible to predict. They can run for weeks.
Weeks? You can't just leave your business behind for that long. You'll lose all your customers. You'd have to start over from scratch. And don't you have an exam coming up? You're supposed to be getting your business license.
Maybe I've changed my mind. Maybe I'm not cut out for staying in one place.
Running away is a sign of weakness. What are you so afraid of?
You know, you're right, Sylvia. It's so obvious to me now. I'm just so deeply afraid of turning into a wet blanket, like you.
As role models go, you could do worse.
I don't look for role models so much as I look for someone to surpass. I do have a bit of a competitive streak, you may have noticed.
Oh, I've noticed.
I suppose I've got something to prove, and I can best do it by maintaining and exceeding my current level of success. Even if it comes at the expense of a party or two. And since you're one of these customers I'm supposed to be bending over backward for, here you go. A coupon just for you.
Consider me a satisfied customer.
Think nothing of it. But I should head home now. I have responsibilities, after all.
You and me both. I know it isn't easy to put your life on hold for the sake of your career.
One could argue that my life's been on hold for some time. Besides, there will be other parties. Maybe there will even be one in my honor one day, when we'll all gather to toast to my success.
That's all of them for now.
Sand rarely comes to mind for its utility as an artistic medium. To which I say, for shame! Sand is miraculous. It can be molded to near any shape with ease. It is like water that holds its form, or molten metal that you can touch.
But it doesn't hold a shape for long. A sand sculpture wouldn't be very permanent.
And what is permanent? Eventually, wave or wind will return any sculpture to its base elements. With sand, that process is accelerated. This feels honest. It is a reminder of the great folly in chasing permanence of any kind. Besides, there is pleasure to be found in getting your flippers dirty. Well, it is a work in progress, yes? Every artist struggles through the process of the creation. The important thing is to end strong. In haggling, too, save your greatest burst of enthusiasm for your closing argument. Say it with zeal. Buy it now, or regret it always!
I can do that!
Nicely done! Nicely done. We have come far together, Sylvia, don't you think? It was on this very stretch of sand that I first set foot to Rafta's shores. And now, here we are, trading techniques and making small artworks together.
It should be a landmark site. One day, when we're rich and famous, they'll say this is where it all began.
Yes! It will be a key stop on the Muktuk Sylvia tour. In that spirit, let us make this site even more special, shall we? Let us baptize this place in poetry!
Poetry? Muktuk, do you write poetry?
When the mood strikes me. And last night, strike me it did!
Well, let's hear it.
Embers burning red. Flaming forge of creation. Your hair is pretty. That's it! Haha! So, what do you think?
I didn't get it, but at least it was short.
Such a tragedy! But don't feel bad, Sylvia. An appreciation for poetry can be developed over time. You must only read many, many poems in the weeks ahead. In that, I can help you. I suppose it slipped your notice, but, that poem was about you. Sylvia, it was your companionship that inspired me to write it. This friendship is something I value greatly. Of all the many works I have forged since coming here, our friendship is my favorite. For it is something that we crafted together in endeavor so great, it could only be accomplished by the both of us working in tandem.
The two of us together? That's a lot of talent in one place.
I tell you true, you cannot argue with the results. We are building something splendid together, Sylvia, and I do believe that it shall stand the test of time.
Spoken like a true poet.
I regret only that I have no talent for rhyming.
Hey, thanks for having me over. I'm excited to do some cooking. It feels so wholesome. Anyway, I brought veggies and a fresh loaf of bread. But here's the main attraction.
Hold on. Did you?
What? Take down a dinosaur and carve off steaks for us? No way, Syl. I mean, thanks for the vote of confidence, but I'm not quite operating at that level yet. No, I bought these dinosaur steaks, like a normal person. Now, where's your kitchen?
It's not so much a kitchen as an open fire with a cauldron hanging over it.
I can work with that. You got any salt? It's a great space, but living in your shop, it must make it hard to strike a healthy work-life balance.
Who needs balance? Work is all-consuming at the moment. But at least I like what I do.
I hear you. It's a good thing when your work is about more than just a paycheck. Take it from somebody who knows. Burnout is real. You have to be able to step back from the rat race every now and then. Have to make room for other pursuits. I've even skipped out on a few rehearsals recently. I just couldn't swing everything, you know? Left me a little underprepared for my performances, but I've always been good at improvising. You know what I'm talking about, right? You don't have the luxury of following a script when a customer walks in.
Thinking of it like improv will help. Although it's usually better to stick with a recipe when crafting potions. Or cooking.
Cooking, right. I need to flip those steaks. I don't think you realize what a treat this is for me. I've gone entire years without preparing a single meal. This is exactly why I came here, you know? To just live for a while. To do things for myself. I'm starting to feel downright average.
The steaks are fancy, though. We should have picked up some hot dogs or something.
You know, I was eyeballing the mystery meat aisle, but the steaks just look too magical to pass up. The truth is, I know my limits. And on that subject, I could use some more guidance on the song I'm writing. What do you think? Should our hero have powers to set them apart? Or should they rely on pluck, smarts, and charm over special abilities?
Powers. I like a hero who has unique gifts and a drive to use them for good.
Someone we can really look up to, right? Thanks for the input, Sylvia. Hang on, is something burning?
I shouldn't have stoked the fire. I got him all riled up.
Hey, no harm done. We've still got veggies and bread. And I swiped a half-empty bottle of wine from the bar when Baptiste's back was turned. No, wait, I meant I swiped a half-full bottle of wine.
That's looking on the bright side.
Hey, when I'm with you, the bright side is easy to find.
I'm psyched for tomorrow's competition. I really like my odds.
And I like the confidence.
Was hoping to find you here. This rivalry of ours can't go on much longer. Island's just not big enough to support us both.
I've got a solution to that. Why don't you back down?
Can't say I see that happening. This land's barely just come back from one ecological disaster. Then you and your ilk, the business folk who put profit above all else. You all come here by the dozens and start grabbing up whatever you can get your hands on. Land can't sustain it, and I won't stand for it. That's why I'm trying to show you all another way. A better way.
Better how? Aren't you the one who prides himself on picking whole areas clean of resources?
I don't take more than the land can spare, and I never take anything without giving something back.
I can give as well as I take too. So if you come for me tomorrow, be ready for a fight.
Survival of the fittest, huh? Wouldn't have it any other way.
Good for you telling him off.
Yeah, but I've got to wonder, what if he has a point? When I inherited this business from my uncle, I also inherited his way of doing things. But Oswald lured me into the clutches of a pitiless, soul-binding debt collector. Maybe his way of doing things wasn't entirely ethical.
Well, Listen, I'm sure your uncle would do many things differently. But moral dilemmas and recriminations can wait. Tomorrow, your entire focus must be on one thing, and one thing only. Winning.
It's another beautiful day here in Rafta. We're told there's a 0% chance of rain. The chance of a winged carnivore attack is slightly higher, so let's move things along. You know me by now. I'm Baptiste, Master of Guild, Tender of Bar, and your host for today's epic contest. On the field below, 2 fine merchants have taken their places, but only one can be crowned our champion. Who will it be? Our challenger has walked the breadth of the wild and lived to tell the tale. He is daring, he is dashing, and he knows firsthand the importance of quality ingredients. Give your warmest raft and hello to Corsac!
So many people.
She's up against a reigning champ. She's a doer, a brewer, and an entrepreneur. Make some noise for Sylvia!
Hey, Corsac! Your potions aren't so great, and neither are you.
No need to get personal, is there?
Dang, that guy is ice cold.
Our judge today needs no introduction, but he's getting one anyway. Idol of millions, inspiration to heroes and envy of artisans everywhere. Give it up for Robin!
You're too kind, Baptiste. Too kind.
It has been said. Now, let's get down to business, shall we?
Didn't think there'd be so many people. Doesn't change anything. Hunter keeps his focus on his prey.
All right, contestants, give us a show!
This tonic was made with the delicate whiskers of the hippopotamus.
Those are hard to come by.
The trick is you gotta tickle him first.
An interesting technique. I'd value the resulting potion at...
Seems fair.
Think you can beat that, Sylvia?
no animals were tickled in the creation of this potion.
It's definitely an ice tonic. I can tell by the frost. In fact, I've got chills just by looking at it. I'll admit it. I'm impressed. There's no question. Sylvia, this first round goes to you.
Ha! I've got this in the bag!
But... Dang. This competition's the best platform I've got to make my message heard. So I'm gonna adapt, overcome. Time to unleash the beast.
Corsac means business, folks. The claws are coming out for round 2!
I trust you have another potion prepared, Corsac.
This one was brewed with all-natural hobgoblin tears.
Interesting. What did you mix them with?
Well, might have gotten a few tears of my own mixed in. I just can't stand to see a goblinoid cry.
Sounds salty. I'd value it at...
I respect that.
Sylvia, what do you have for us?
This should elicit some tears from Corsac.
As a sight enhancer, it does meet the minimum requirements. Nothing flashy about it, but it looks legitimate enough. I've sold quite a few of these in my day. Let's set this one's value at... Unless you'd like to speak to its virtues.
Should I review my haggling strategy?
Ready to prove I'm the winner.
Both contestants should be proud of their performance today. But there's no need to continue, is there? We have a winner, and it's Sylvia!
I should have written a speech for this moment!
All I have prepared are the cries of a wounded animal. Should have seen that coming, I suppose. Life in the wilderness prepares a man for many things. Running a business might not be one of them.
Hey, there's no need to give up completely, is there? Maybe it's the winner's rush talking? But I'm starting to enjoy our rivalry.
Honestly, I'm not so sure potion making is my calling. Only wanted to show the world there was a better way of doing things. shown that success doesn't have to come at the expense of nature. But I always planned to take a step back after today. Intended to use my winnings to fund a new series of expeditions. The more time I spend here, the more I want to be out there.
If it's expeditions you want, there might be a way to make that happen. The Heroes Guild needs people who can handle themselves out in the wilderness. Based on what I've seen, they'd be lucky to have you.
Well, isn't that a thought? Might not be a bad idea. Might be worth talking to Baptiste about.
Yeah, don't thank me or anything. Solving problems, that's just what I do. Solving problems and winning competitions! And so it looks like Corsac will be joining the Heroes Guild.
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Aw, you weren't worried, were you? I keep telling you I know what I'm doing.
I had a feeling you'd prevail. What surprises me is the compassion you show your competitors. Were I in your shoes, I'm not sure I'd do the same.
We're all just people, Owl. We deserve opportunities to make our way in the world. And besides, having Corsac in the guild will mean more access to more resources. That's good for my shop. And it doesn't hurt that he kinda owes me big time.
You're really thinking ahead now. Apply that to your daily negotiations and you'll be hard to beat. In fact, just throw everything you know at your customers and let them sort it out.
Forget hard to beat. I'm feeling unstoppable.
Careful, Sylvia. Hubris has been the downfall of many a promising witch.
Yep.
Although you've certainly made some impressive strides in a short time.
You think so? I guess being forcibly soulbound to another person's crushing debt is a good source of motivation. Who would have figured?
If that's the case, then I'm happy to have been of some service to you. Now, I believe you have a deposit to make.
I can't bear to watch.
Everything appears to be in order.
Dang, that would have bought a lot of ramen. But I'm in the groove now. You'll have your next payment in 10 days. Count on it.
I certainly am. Until then.
You can come out now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just... that woman.
I get it. She's intimidating. But don't worry, I can handle her on my own. You've been a huge help, Owl. Don't think otherwise for a minute.
Thank you. That's...
Not like that deadbeat Oswald. I swear, it's enough to make me want to learn necromancy. So I can raise him from the dead just to kill him all over again.
Ah, yes, you have every right to be angry. Of course you do. We'd best turn in. Tomorrow, the cycle begins anew.
At least we're in this together.
Good morning, Sylvia. Are you ready to continue your march toward glory? I have something that ought to be of help. A new upgrade to your license. With this, you're authorized to brew a whole new range of potions.
Thank you for doing that. Paperwork is my mortal enemy.
I pride myself on being organized. In fact, I have the details for the next competition right here. I suppose it was foolhardy to think I could keep this one in mint condition. Anyway, remember, each new competition comes with new potion requirements. The potions are getting more advanced, but so too is the reward.
I guess I don't get a day off, huh?
No rest for the wicked, or the insolvent.
Hey there, chum. How's business?
Well?
Shush now. That was a rhetorical question. I already know the answer. Business is real hard, isn't it? All the upkeep, all those customers, all that math. Wouldn't you like to lay those burdens down? What do you say to an early retirement, and you just send all your customers my way? Boss Finn'll take real good care of them.
Oh, I see. You must be my rival in the next competition. Well, sorry, but I'm no quitter. If you want to take a bite out of my business, you're in for a fight.
Oh, so the minnow's got some teeth. But I'm the big fish in this small pond, and you're an appetizer at best.
Funny that you mention appetites, because the overwhelming stink of body spray is totally spoiling mine.
I'll just excuse myself from your sight then. Of course, that means you won't see me when I come for you. And I will come for you.
Well, he's a charmer, isn't he?
Forget taking a day off. If it means trouncing that guy, I can't wait to get back to work.